Good morning, Mrs. J.
Good morning, Mr.
Well,
J.
wait a minute. Is it afternoon?
Yeah, it's 1:15. So
Oh, it is,
good
yeah.
afternoon, Mr. J.
Okay, everybody. What are you drinking? I'm drinking cold coffee.
I'm drinking hot coffee with peppermint mocha.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. I won't tell them about going through Starbucks and trying to order your peppermint frappe, chape.
It's just non-fat
Espresso.
peppermint mocha latte.
Yeah, keep
Extra
going.
hot,
Yeah,
no whip.
yeah.
I had to think for a second.
No, yeah. Well, listen, everyone. Mary and I haven't done podcasts for a while. There's a lot of reasons for it. The big thing is I'm in school and we'll be graduating this spring, for seminary, which will give me a theological degree, so I can actually tell people what to do as far as Bible study. I mean,
Well, you think you can. I don't think it's going to help any, but
not with the crew that listens to us.
and I'm actually finishing up some certifications in the mental health coaching type of a thing, and doing some craft shows and some fun things like that. So
Yeah.
I've been pretty busy.
So, this podcast is going to be on a discussion that I gave on Sunday, which we'll provide the link down below. But basically, it's and folks should subscribe and do the notifications because that's what YouTube wants. By the way, if you like this and share it, it'll drive up people watching our this show. So it actually helps with Bible study for people who want to live a praiseworthy life. That's our mission here at Bible Study Company. In fact, you just sent out a newsletter, so would you let them know about the newsletter?
Yeah, I just sent it out, and you pointed out to me that there was a little mistake. Mm-hmm. So sorry about that. But we're just excited because we're doing a lot more things to update our site the best that we can, and a lot of it's just some manual work, like adding more names, biblical definitions of names, so people can actually look it up and find out more about the history of that particular person. And we have Dr. Constable's all of his writings he gave us permission to put in for each book of the Bible. So it gives all the historical background in his commentary, I guess.
Where do they find that button?
It's right above each book of the Bible. It says, what does it say, background?
Yeah.
It says background. You just click on it and you can go research all different types of things, which is great. I'm still putting all of the Baruch's new teachings in as they come in, as he teaches them and they come out. I insert them into the scripture where they fit, and we're also doing some other people's teachings. We're going to be inserting some of your stuff, and just anything that we come across in that could make it easier and more beneficial for people that are digging into the scripture and wanting to read it to live a praiseworthy life. So
yeah, and there's something that people are not understanding that we're going to be putting up on our site too. It's called, there's going to be a blog post about the Greek imperatives, because Christ said, if you love me, you'll obey my commandments. And then he said, go out and make disciples of all nations, teaching them to observe all that I command. Well, the problem is that it's not like listed in order as they are in what we would call the Torah, or the first 5 books of Moses. And so now what's going to happen is that we're going to be able to have that in that blog post, and you can look up the Greek imperatives that he wants us to keep command under the new covenant. So that's going to be exciting too.
yeah, and you're going to be adding more how-to videos.
Yep.
I think a lot of people don't understand that this isn't just an e-reader, and you don't necessarily have the time, or we have the time, but people don't think about calling us or saying, would you give us a lowdown on this so we know exactly how to use it. And it's very user-friendly.
What's a lowdown?
That's a northern Wisconsin.
That's a northern, for sure it's a northern Wisconsin.
A country bumpkin who...
Yeah. Oopsie poopsie. That's another term.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
so what's the lowdown, Mary?
The lowdown is that you are going to be giving different how-to videos so that you can actually go through and see in step-by-step form how to use all the different things in our
Sorry.
in our
Yeah,
site.
because on the surface, when you go to it, people have no idea. It looks just like an e-reader, but they have no idea the
Which
power
it
of
is.
the.
I mean, it can be a
Yeah, and it can be, but they have, once you log in, you have no understanding. People don't have the understanding that it's so powerful. You just click on words, you can take notes, you can do all kinds of word searches. It's really nice.
And even if you're on the app, you can go to the offline Bible and click on it and listen to the audio. A lot of people don't know that.
Right. And so one of the things that she brought up, oh yeah, that the audio Bible is on the app. There's different tools on the app than there are on the website. So make sure you explore those. And they actually even have reading plans on the app. So reading plans are okay. The only problem with reading plans is you really need to be studying Scripture to learn how to live a praiseworthy life and have the purposes of God available to you, because that's what we want to learn. Because we're servants, and as a servant he created us, we need to find out why and what his purpose is for what he wrote to us, and then ask him to help implement those and be very diligent and careful. That's the same thing that he said to Israel. He's also saying to us in the New Testament. So it's really important to understand those Greek imperatives and how to study.
Right. And who did you just talk to that gave you permission? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, Austin, or Precept Austin, just gave us permission to use. Bruce, thank you very much. If you see this, he gave us permission to use his Greek imperatives, and he's got a bunch of Greek resources that we'll be putting on our blog so that folks can see it.
So it's great. I mean, I think it's so wonderful that different ministries that want to work together, and we can link things to each other. We can, do things, and we're with all having the same goal, that we, move the gospel along so that people can be introduced to it and they can learn how to study in a way that they can understand.
Right. And one of the things that I want to give you guys for a long-term plan for Bible Study Company is Mary and I are looking at different podcasts. And one of the things is, as the Lord really healed our marriage in a lot of ways, and that could be a whole series of podcasts too, and we could actually take questions and answers from people if that's the case. I'm getting prepared to be able to speak at churches or groups or give web demos to a group, just anything to show folks how to use Bible Study Company and how to learn how to study the Bible with proper studies, because people can get off proper study methods, because people can get off, and whole organizations and groups and error can occur if people don't know how to study properly. And so it's really important. We've seen it. We've gotten into that, and the Lord's been gracious to correct us and move us. So we also want to teach people how to train people in their groups and in their churches to do Bible studies as well.
Right.
Yep. So,
and we are going to be working on a conference in the fall if we can.
Yeah.
We're planning on putting together some type of a conference like we did a few years ago. It was very successful, and bringing in some strong, teachers that can. Are you laughing at the cat?
I'm laughing at the cat.
That's why I wasn't going to shut that door.
Oh, go ahead and open it then. Okay. I'll let you do that. And then meanwhile, I'll tell him this. The other thing too is, Mary, we have pretty much funded this ourselves, and it's getting to the point where the expenses are actually getting a little bit higher, and it's growing, because we've got about 1,000 users and about 15,000 users that are coming every month, to use the services. Well, that takes infrastructure and everything else. And what we want to do is ask for folks who would help us with donations so that once we do that, we can actually build more features in that some of the people are asking for.
Right.
Yeah.
Our whole goal is to just keep it free.
Yeah,
to the,
it is.
To the user.
Yep.
So any help that we can get in any way is okay.
Yeah, this is Jack the cat.
Yeah.
So Jack, you have to go, especially over the keyboard. Okay, he's gone. All right, here, Mary, sit down. I got him. He's a pain in the neck. Anyway, he's the friendliest cat. Wasn't a cat person, but yeah, here he comes again. And so you're gonna have to. Okay, thanks, Jack. And okay, so anyway, so we'd really like to encourage that. And again, if you want us to come speak at your church this year at any time, at any time, we'll be happy to do that. Yeah. And if you want, you can watch our next podcast, which is coming up shortly, on faith and what is faith and the blind man of John 9. Because, by the way, we're all blind. And so the Lord does a great job of healing us if we take his word seriously and put faith completely on him. So did you want to add anything else at the end?
No, I think that's good.
Okay. All right. Well, this is our beginning of the year podcast video. So please like and subscribe, as I said, and then also share, because again, that's big. We're supposed to do that with YouTube at the front and at the back. And so we just tell you blessings, and we wish, well, and by the way, an update on Irv, you've probably already seen this, but Irv passed away and in the middle of November. Yeah. And we had his service, and I was fortunate to be able to give the eulogy. And on December 10th, what's so wonderful about his passing is that he lived a praiseworthy life from the time he got saved to when the Lord took him home. And he has had such a giant impact for a person who said, I can't do anything for the Lord because I'm stuck in my home, I'm disabled, I've got chemotherapy, I'm probably going to die from this cancer. How can God use me? And then the story is, we prayed and said, Lord, how can you use Irv? And 2 weeks later, he was in a youth prison speaking. So, and several...
Now his eulogy and all the things that, all the friends that spoke is passing on every day. People are talking about it.
Yep, that's exactly right. So may the Lord bless you this week or in this year. And it's going to get rough, I think, for Christians as we get going, because we're now the minority. And so blessings to you, right?
Blessings.
Thanks.